All right, folks. Yes, we are back. We are a go. Welcome back to No Slugger Left Behind. Week 4 of the NSLB is finally on after a little bit of technical difficulties. Appreciate everybody's patience. I am joined tonight, of course, by my lovely. Oh, well, I'm Christian, your commissioner, play-by-play commentator, stat guy, graphics guy, all that stuff, and I'm of course joined as I am every week by my lovely co-commentator, co-commissioner, person who keeps me sane, Iris. How are you doing, Iris?
I'm doing pretty well. I'm excited for another week of baseball. You can see here, we're starting to see the standings shake out a little bit. Uh, a couple teams have only gotten to play two games so far, but most teams have gotten to play three games. So a lot of diversification of the records compared to previous weeks. I think at this point, it's quite possible that a lot of teams are overperforming or underperforming compared to what they quote unquote should be that we're gonna see progress throughout the week. But yeah, your Knights are at the top of the standings still,
So
so
far,
I'm sure that's pretty exciting for you.
yeah. After a bit of a rough one for the Wilds last week, our toughest competition is down, but we've got three teams tied for a close second at 2-1. The Bowser Monsters do have the head-to-head over both the Wilds and the Rookies, so they will take second right now. Wilds and Rookies have not yet played each other, so we will be keeping them based on run differential. Following that, you've got the Flowers and the Fireballs, two teams that have already had the bye, both at 1-1. And then down towards the bottom, Bows at 1-2, Monarchs at 1-2, Muscles still looking for their first win. They've got the pieces. Nate's been trying to put them together. Any week could be his week. I'm hoping for his sake it's this one.
Yeah, absolutely.
But
When is he playing tonight? Do we know?
game two, the Muscles will be at Bowser Stadium, or Bowser Castle, I guess. Excuse me. But game
Right.
one is Wilds at Flowers. We've got a team that's been making some changes, a team that's really consistently been making some changes since week one, against a team that really feels like it's found its identity pretty early on. The Wilds will be batting Tiny Kong for leadoff this week. Calvin will be second, Donkey Kong third. That order's been pretty consistent. Baby DK batting after that. Baby Mario, Baby Luigi moving up in the order where Diddy Kong used to be. He's coming after them now. Then Blue Yoshi, Dixie Kong still last. But the fielding positions have really been shuffled around. The infield is relatively similar. Calvin changing his jersey this week, gonna go to blue from his original brown. Gonna play left, gonna put Blue Yoshi in center, and Baby DK in right. So that is, I think, one of the first full chem outfields this Wilds team has seen. A lot of the other positions pretty much staying the same, just kind of shuffling to accommodate that new outfield. But Calvin has spent some time on this. He's feeling ready to get back after last week and hope for a definitive second, if not a good challenge for first, depending on how the Knights play later tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. And I do like the change, even though Calvin changing the color of his me might reduce a little bit of his offensive chemistry. I think we've seen, honestly more than we would have expected from this offense. So I really like being able to change to be able to rob those home runs. Buddy jumps are just such an essential part of this game. But on the other side, we have Rhiannon's Daisy Flowers. We got Monty Mole at catcher leading off in the batting order. Interesting decision. He's overperformed, so I can see having him as the on base guy. Next up, Daisy at third base, Yellow Toad left field, Rhiannon in center, Brown Critter
Blue
at
Critter.
first base. or excuse me, Blue Critter
All
at
good.
first base. Starred Yellow Yoshi over in right field, Yellow Madge in at shortstop, Green Paratroopa manning second base, and finally Blooper taking the mound will be finishing out the batting order.
Yeah,
So yeah, I think this is a team you don't really have the home run threats, which can really hurt you, but this is a team that likes to play a lot of small ball. They're gonna get their singles. They're gonna bunt runners to advance them, and they're gonna maybe hit some sac flies.
yeah, we've talked
And
about
so far, she's found some success.
we've talked a little bit about Monty Mole's kind of overperformance happening previously. It has been interesting. I think Monty Mole is batting somewhere in the high 500s right now, which is a pretty impressive average for any league, even by the standards of the NSLB, which are a comfortable stretch higher. Batting in the high 500s is nothing to sneeze at. Now, he is mostly hitting singles with that. I think we have one double. But whether or not he continues to perform at that level, we will have to see. Blooper as starting pitcher, a little bit interesting. Daisy usually tends to take it, but she's on a rest week, if I'm not mistaken. So, Yellow Magic Koopa, expect him to come in relief. But for right now, the Flowers have three pitchers they like to rotate between, and Blooper's the one who gets the nod this time around. We'll see how it all pans out for him. I know you mentioned their love of small ball. Of course, they are the home team tonight, and the Cruiser tends to play very well for teams that like that. You got a very shallow and very cluttered outfield. But I think, as I do with every game, that this really could go any way that we like to see. I think I can. I think I can get us started unless you've got something else to say.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I will admit, uh, Monty Mole only being able to hit singles is a little bit scary as far as his continued value. I think we all know Luis Arias, terrible player, but for right now, Monty Mole, he's doing his job, and we'll have to see if he does his job tonight. Shall we get into the game?
Alrighty, let's hope we don't have any announcers curse on old Monty here. Let's get some baseball.
It's a real baby Luigi versus Monty Mole matchup. That's who we all thought were going to be the stars of the teams.
Honestly, they have quickly become fan favorites, haven't they? Not terrible fan favorites,
Absolutely.
Tiny Kong and Blooper, but they'll be the ones getting us started tonight. Tiny Kong hitting a deep one into left foul territory. You really don't need a lot of height on your home runs here at the Cruiser. A little bit of speed will make sure you get it covered. Opts instead for a
Yeah,
contact single.
absolutely. Especially if you're trying to just, you know, whether you're trying to push or pull your home run, as long as you get it to left or right field, it's going to be a home run essentially.
Even center's pretty shallow here. It doesn't take much.
Hmm.
But Calvin also, now sporting blue, as I mentioned, gonna go for a single. Because the real home run threat on the Wilds is right here at the plate. It's Donkey Kong. You know him, you love him. He's finally here performing for you. Not gonna perform at that at bat though. Deep line drive into left is caught by Yellow Toad.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll have to see what Baby DK can do here. Is unfortunately going to hit right into a double play. Extremely common in this league.
Unfortunately, I said week one that Baby DK really does have home run power. I really wish we'd see him use it sooner. I don't think we have yet, but I believe in him. Just like I believe in Monty Mole, who's gonna take a fastball from DK for strike one here. Baby Luigi opens this game with an error at short, letting Monty Mole on to first. Truly
Yeah,
good.
and if you're Calvin, You've got to hope that this isn't the end of the Linsanity run for Baby Luigi.
Oh, it could be. Daisy starts things off with a home run into left. Really, she has not been batting terribly well so far, but this is a great way to get back on track. Home run at home field. 2-run shot gets things going. Still no outs for Daisy as Yellow Toad comes up.
Yeah. And it really just twists the knife there for Baby Luigi and for anyone who's a fan of the DK Wilds. You know, suddenly that what should have been an out has turned into a run, and you're just in a hell situation.
Rhiannon taking a charge.
Although certainly this park is high scoring enough that 2 runs is far from a huge lead.
The Wilds have put up 5 spots before. They definitely could come back. Blue Critter gonna hit one out to the warning track, trying to do a little bit more damage, but doesn't. Yellow Toad opts not to tag up. In a ballpark this shallow, I'm not mad at that.
Yeah, absolutely. Although you do see there just how valuable it can be to either push or pull your hits here on the cruiser, right? Like if Critter gets that bat around a little bit earlier, that's just an easy home run to right field.
Yeah, and Baby Luigi made a good dive at short to end that inning, by the way. Gotta give him the credit he deserves. We have a chatter we have not seen before. It's my father, because only my friends and family can be convinced to watch this. But yeah, we're on Daisy Cruiser. I don't know that we ever unlocked this one as kids. You do have to like go out of your way to buy the pass in the campaign mode. It's a great stadium though, real high scoring.
And a great play there by Daisy over at third base. They call it the hot corner. And Daisy has to react pretty instantaneously to some pretty sharp line drives over there.
Yeah, she's not amazing on the mound in this league, I don't think. I think she's better in PvP than she is in CPU, but on the defense, Daisy really can hold her own as the Wilds get held to another goose egg going into the bottom of the second. Flowers batting Yellow Magic Koopa, Green Paratroopa, and I forget who's in the hole already. Yellow Magic Koopa gonna get on with a single, get things started.
Yeah, DK comes in with some heat, but Yellow Mage is not phased.
Another good dive from Baby Luigi, though. Gonna turn the double play just barely. Good throw from Dixie Kong coming in from second base there. That really was a two-man play.
Yeah, absolutely. And Baby Luigi wants to make up for his earlier mistake there. Gets a pretty solid diving catch.
Still just a 2-run game. Wilds coming up to the end of their batting order. Blue Yoshi here batting. Dixie Kong on deck. Now, Dixie Kong actually has hit a solo shot this season. She did it back in Game 1 against the Bows. Didn't really make a difference in that game, but it was still nice to see.
And the table pathing actually potentially could have allowed Blue Yoshi to make a play for second. We've mentioned it before. This league has no first base coaches. They should really get some.
With the AI being as intelligent as it is, I wonder how much it would help. Rhiannon makes the throw to second, trying to get the lead runner. Doesn't. Lets somebody on to first. We've got runners on first and second with nobody out for the Wilds at the top of their order here. This could be what they need to get back on. Tiny Kong gonna hit a deep double. Rhiannon kicks it to Yellow Toad, who makes a good throw home, but it's not even close. That plate has been crossed.
Yeah, if anything, that was mostly just to cut off Dixie from continuing to run.
Now runners on second and third, nobody out, Calvin up. You do not want to see DK up to the plate in a minute here. Dixie Kong gets back to third. Tries to kind of bait the throw home, but it doesn't quite happen.
And it really kind of boggles the mind how the catcher was able to make that throw. You would think the runner on first would be in the way, but that's just some of the magic here in the NSLB.
Deep
As that
single
is
from
going to
Donkey
be
Kong to
two
left.
more scored. DK Wilds, we mentioned two not a huge lead in this ballpark. The Wilds have already clawed their way back and even taken the lead.
Yeah, that's going to be a 3 spot so far. Still only 1 out. Blooper's starting to get tired. I will need to take a look at the pitching substitutions I was given from Rhiannon. I do have an order when the time comes. And as Baby DK hits a single out into right, lets Donkey Kong get an extra base, goes to third, that pitching substitution may need to happen pretty soon. Yep.
Yeah.
Announcer called it.
Absolutely. And while you're doing that, I'll just say, I think I've mentioned it before. These DK Wilds are absolutely capable of being just a doubles hitting machine collectively as a team. And I think Daisy Cruiser, with these obnoxious tables that the outfielders have trouble sort of pathing around, I think this is not a ballpark for not a bad ballpark for the DK Wilds whatsoever.
Yeah, I mean, you're never upset to be hitting on the Cruiser. When we get to nighttime, you'll be even less upset. That's just kind of the way that things go.
Absolutely.
And the Flowers do have a good outfield. It just, a lot of the balls have been coming in shallow, getting slowed up by all the debris out there. But I'm hoping we get to see at least one good buddy play from Rhiannon and one of her co-stars out there in the outfield. They're always a joy to watch. Now, I've got Yellow Magic Koopa, who's going to come in from short, get on the mound, see if he can't hold the Wilds to that 3, give the Flowers a chance to catch up. Still plenty of baseball left to play. Good curve outside from Yellow Magic Koopa. That one gets called a strike. Blooper going to make a very good dive at short. Throw to first, not in time, but still good to hold the Wilds where they are.
Absolutely.
But an RBI chance from star shortstop Baby Luigi, man on third on 2 outs. Can he at least get safely to first? That is going to be a no. Very routine out to short for Blooper.
Yeah, Baby Luigi, I know we've talked about, he's really an early breakout candidate for Rookie of the Year. However, I think incidents like that show where he might not... He kind of shows a bit of a lack of polish. Hitting it right to the shortstop. Obviously, baseball's a hard game.
Yeah, Monty Mole not doing
Even
a whole
the
lot
best
better.
hitters only hit the ball like 75% of the time.
In this league, yeah, 700 tends to be about where things cap out. Daisy doing her part to get there with a good double. Yellow Toad gets baited by the barrel pitch. That's a very good swing on the barrel pitch. That normally induces some pretty terrible contact. Instead of a trickler to the infield, he safely fouls it off. And he's going to do it again. Really making DK waste those stars. Going to use one of his own on that third fastball. Gets one into right field. And that's going to be a single with extra bases. Daisy gets home. POW item really not even needed there, but helps ensure no trouble at home plate.
Yeah, you do wonder if it could have been an RBI double, but, Yellow Toad wants to play it a little bit safer.
We are 3-3 in the bottom of the third here at the Cruiser. Baby Luigi going to make a good dive. Just throws that one out to first. Maybe he's been doing some workouts, get that throwing arm up to where it needs to be. And there's a line drive 2-run shot from Blue Critter into left. That's the kind of home run that only happens at this stadium.
Yeah, this stadium's ridiculous.
It's beautiful.
Was that even a charge hit?
A little bit. Look, if we ever see a double-digit game, it's got to be at the Cruiser. I'm looking forward to it.
Oh, absolutely. I can't wait to see how my team does here.
Good hit from Yellow Yoshi, keeps things going. And the Wilds are going to need a pitcher. We have some accusations getting thrown out in the chat of Blue Critter being on substances. I don't know. Blue Critter, probably statistically, definitely in game, the weakest of the critters at the plate. He's a little bit more of an all-rounder, but he is certainly showing up tonight, and we love to see it. I do not see a planned order from owner of the Wilds, Calvin, but I know he's here. We'll give him a minute.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, I think it's just kind of acknowledged at this point that most of the league is eating a balanced breakfast every day.
Diddy Kong gonna take the mound.
Boy, does it sure make the sport more exciting, though. And yeah, this just makes sense. Diddy's a really solid pitcher.
Yeah, Diddy Kong did a very excellent job pitching to Bowser last week against the Monsters. The rest of the Wilds defense didn't really show up to that one, but you can't blame Diddy Kong's pitching. 2 banana balls, 2 strikes. Does not have a third one in the tank, though. Gonna throw a third one inside. Yellow Magic Koopa strikes out looking. Diddy Kong not happy with how that inning went, but you can't blame him.
K is a good day.
Gonna see what he can add at the plate.
Sometimes after you've thrown just like mind-bending pitches, sometimes seeing something normal, you get a little shaken up.
He was definitely looking for that outside curve and then just got a straight one inside and wasn't sure what to do with it. Trying to hit a baseball with a wand, it's a little difficult. They're much skinnier on that closer end. Blue Yoshi's decision to opt for a bat does him well with a single there. Dixie Kong gonna see if she can't keep things going here. She cannot. Line out to Green. Paratroopa at second. Makes the double play. Nothing from the Wilds. Flowers still leading by 2 in the bottom of the 4th.
And you know, it bears repeating. I just can't help but feel like Diddy Kong and Dixie Kong could do so much if they went out and bought an actual baseball bat instead of some stick they found lying on the jungle floor.
They kind of look like those mini bats they used to give away before a bunch of people rioted with them at that one time.
Man.
No riots in the NSLB, folks. We at least have a civil outfield, I say, as somebody suggests that Calvin kills the Flowers. You know, in baseball. 2 outs from the Flowers.
Love baseball here.
Monty Mole on first. Daisy up to bat. She's hit 1 home run already. Pickoff attempt at first, no good. Diddy Kong gives her the off speed. Not a good idea with a power hitter. Daisy just keeps that one fair into left. Another 2-run shot from her today. Really, this has been her game.
Yeah, she's driven in 4 of the 5 runs that her team has. Or excuse me, 4 of the 7 runs that her team has. Just absolute monster performance.
Captain really finally showing up. Pow ball item.
The table, yeah, once again. This time Yellow Toad's actually going to be able to make the play for second. Thinks about rounding third. Or rounding second, headed for third. Was pretty unfeasible there.
Well, as long as Rhiannon can get on here, which she cannot. Little Grounder over to third base, gets rocketed to first. Donkey Kong's got an arm on him. But another crooked number from the Flowers. Wild's going to need an answer soon. We're in the top of the fifth here at the Cruiser already.
And for those who don't know, these are 7-inning games.
If Wilds score 3 runs next inning, Gen Alpha will lose it. Well, the good news is I don't think we've got any Gen Alphas watching this, so none of them to disappoint with our failure to stick to the meme.
And thank God for that.
And thank God for that, indeed.
Hey, you want to hear a fun real life baseball fact?
All right, hit me.
Did you know that in 1977, the high five was invented by future Hall of Fame manager, at the time player, Dusty Baker, and his teammate, Glenn Burke, the first ever openly gay MLB player, when they got really excited and started slapping each other's hands.
That's beautiful. Almost as beautiful as that wonderful double that Donkey Kong hit earlier. We've got runners on second and third with 1 out. Baby DK at the plate here for the Wilds. This could be their chance. And Calvin is going to cross the plate with that single. Doesn't get him ahead, but it certainly helps close the gap. You got a runner on third, Baby Mario. You'd love to see him get one in without taking an out himself. Baby DK on first means the double play liability is very much a thought here.
Yeah, I mean, you'd almost love to see Baby Mario charging here.
And he did. The sac fly, it's risky. Donkey Kong's not a fast runner. If there are technical, if there are technical fouls in baseball, I think Lakitu chooses not to say anything about that shoulder charge, but the gloating afterwards, on DK's part, I'm not sure how sportsmanlike that really is.
Yeah, that's just about all Yellow Match can stand, as Baby Luigi comes up to the plate, perhaps trying to be a singles merchant, hitting off of some pitchers who are less than at their peak, but you've just got to sit on plays. You've got to take your breaks where you can get them. Oh my God, Baby
Blooper.
DK, what the hell's wrong with you?
Blooper made an error at short. Baby DK tried for the extra base, got caught in a pickle. Wilds put up 2, still down by 2. That's the story of this game. They've been down by 2 since the first inning, and they still are. Calvin in the chat, not terribly happy with Baby DK's base running. He's a baby, not famed for their quick thinking. Diddy Kong, not a baby,
Kong's
but
already
still
starting
getting
to feel
tired.
tired. This is a team that has some pretty good pitching depth, so it's not the end of the world. But you would really like to see him. Crazy that he's just painting the corners of this plate here.
Yellow Yoshi showing bunt on those. I'm not really sure what the strategy was. Man on first, nobody out, needing to, keep your lead in place, but chooses to go out into a double play.
Yeah, I mean, the idea is you bunt the runner to second, you prevent the double play. Then Yoshi did not prevent the double play.
No, and neither would Yellow Magic Koopa with that grounder to second. There had been somebody on the bag. He absolutely would have gotten it too. And so nothing from the Flowers. Top of the 6th. This is the Wild's second to last chance to put something on the board. Diddy Kong gonna get him started with a single into left. Yellow Magic Koopa's done. I know Daisy's going to be coming in next, but I just want to thank everybody, of course, for being here. We've got an exciting one still going. Definitely still anybody's game.
Yeah, absolutely. And, Daisy here might not have the fastest fastball but she does make up for it. You feel pretty confident that no matter what's going to happen for the rest of this game, she's got the stamina to make it through.
Green Paratroopa misses that one at second. Blue Yoshi is aboard. You've got 2 on, nobody out for Dixie Kong. Both teams sitting on a full roster of 5 stars right now. You'd like to see Daisy use one. Instead, she lets Dixie Kong line that one out. Paratroopa makes a very good jump for that at second for the double play. Gotta give him credit.
Yeah, absolutely. That was pretty instrumental in turning the vibe of this inning almost immediately a triple play.
Calvin gonna try and make a 2-out rally happen, though. And Green Paratroopa does not have that jump in him a second time. Yellow Yoshi making some errors out there and right, trying to attack the ball instead of pick it up to make the buddy play.
Oh,
Let's one cross
and
the
again,
plate.
Tiny Kong, she's gonna make it back to base, but geez,
Yeah, you can see there in the replay, Green Paratroopa actually jumped over it, was a little too overzealous, and Yellow Yoshi just had some trouble getting to that one in right. Now Daisy pitching to Donkey Kong. Wilds have 2 on and are down by 1. Donkey Kong going contact. A real mistake. This is the stadium.
you really gotta question the decision. A 3-run homer would have been huge there.
This is the stadium to go for the charge hits. You don't need all the power to get it out. But Diddy Kong says he's done. We're gonna give Calvin a minute to decide. Unfortunately, that meant I was forced to look at the chat where terrible memes are happening.
I wouldn't worry about it.
Autumn wants Blue Yoshi on the mound. Unfortunately, she's the Knights' center fielder, so I can't make her decisions. Looking at the text color wouldn't help, Autumn. You and Calvin are different colors in my chat. Baby Mario!
Yeah, I don't know if Calvin has a set color for his text, but I'm seeing Autumn is yellow and Calvin is pink.
I see Calvin as white.
It is different for different people.
Yes.
You can have one that you set to be your main one.
Well, in any case, we've got Baby Mario going to pitch. Calvin trying to keep his outfield as it is, so going to have to start pulling from his infield now. Can't be blamed. Baby Mario, not famed for his arm, but maybe the old slow ball can trick him. And forgive me if I'm wrong, as Blooper lines that one out to Dixie Kong at second, turning into a quick 1-2-3. It looks like Baby Mario is, in fact, sitting on the mound while he decides his pitch.
Yeah, it's a posture that's normally reserved for being put out in deep left field to pick dandelions.
It seems to be working for him. I mean, you don't have to be able to stand on the mound to be a good pitcher, case in point, Kenny Kawaguchi, but it's certainly unorthodox. Speaking of unorthodox, Daisy finally decides to use a star pitch, which she has not in a while. They're normally great, but chemistry items in the infield can really ruin those lazy flies. And she ends up spending a star just to get Baby DK to first.
I wonder, I imagine they can, but I guess the chem items probably don't affect infield fly rule at all.
No.
Like, I assume it just gets called an infield fly before chemistry items come out.
Correct. Chemistry items can do you a lot of good in this game. You'd wish Diddy Kong had one right now. The Wilds. Now Daisy's going to use another one of those start pitches. Diddy Kong smartly takes it. She can use two more, but she may decide not to. Instead gives him one inside. Blooper makes a beautiful dive at short. And the Wilds, their last chance to score, down by one, gets snuffed out like that. And that's going to be it for game one. Flowers win this one at home by 1 run. Kept the lead pretty much the whole game. It was a bit of a narrow lead for a little bit there, but it certainly held up. Daisy going to get the MVP. I agree. I would tend to agree. Now we can take a look
and
here.
I think we've seen a really good showing from this Flowers team. I think they could be a bit of a dark horse pick going into the playoffs.
Yeah, absolutely. They're going to go to 2-1 with that, and the Wilds are going to drop to 2-2. So, depending on how the rest of the games go tonight, the Flowers may be looking at a very comfortable second or third. Yeah,
It's a great spot to be.
yeah. It is unfortunate. DK really, we do not see a lot of star swings from captains in general. But at the very least, you really wanted DK to go for a charge there. That contact in the sixth is really, I think, what was the nail in the coffin for the Wild's chances. But that said, that game is behind us. I definitely think the Wilds did better with that lineup. With that lineup, but two teams who
Yeah,
are
absolutely.
still looking for their best lineups are the Muscles and the Monsters. The Wario Muscles, owned by Nate, are 0-3 right now. The only team still looking for a win, and the Monsters a tough team to choose to do it against. But Nate has been putting in the work. He has seen where the weaknesses are, and hopefully he's done everything he can do to mitigate them. Wario Muscle's still going to be batting Wario first, which I don't dislike. Still going to play shortstop. That tends to be his starting position. We're going to have starred Yellow Shy Guy batting second, playing right field. Yellow Shy Guy, I believe, getting the star for the first time on this team. Third baseman Waluigi, going to be your first pitching relief instead of Wario this week. That really was the. I think we might have Nate in the YouTube chat. I can see you. I can indeed. So that'll be good. If you need to make some pitching substitutions, but I have a pretty good idea of your plan. Don't worry. We've got second baseman Red Yoshi. Been a very good second baseman using that tongue catch a lot more than the Yoshis tend to. King Boo, your starting pitcher again this week. We'll have to. Oh, you know what? If I'm not mistaken, folks, we might have a little bit of an issue. I was making these in a rush. I was just taking whatever I could take. And if I'm not mistaken, yes. Okay. So King Boo not going to be your starting pitcher. Does have to rest this week, which means I'm going to have to take just a minute. But Waluigi will probably be your starting. King Boo be your third baseman. You get the idea. Paragoomba still on first. Yellow Pianta still in left. Purple Toad still backstopping. And Nate still in center. Yeah, I did mention that to you, but I had to set up a lot of these last minute due to some late lineups getting sent in. So if you folks will just bear with me for a minute, I am going to make that change, and then we can get this game going. Just bear with me for a sec, folks. I'm going to put you back over here. All right, never mind. I will just make the change manually when the game starts. No need to get a whole new state loaded. So, muscles pretty much unchanged. Other than that, I'm gonna catch my breath and put you in Iris's hands to talk about the monsters this week, which are the same as last week, but we can all talk about how that went for them. I'll be right back.
Yeah, absolutely. We got Green Koopa leading off, our center fielder. Green Drybones is going to be over at third base. Zach will be playing left field. Bowser at second. Red Paratrooper at first. Boo with the star is going to be manning short. Green Madge will be pitching tonight again. Drybones in right field. And Blue Noki at catcher. Uh, this is a really exciting team. You've got people, Green Drybones just loves to hit the ball. Doesn't matter if it's a line driver, a charge, a swing, huge threat. Green Koopa, Green Drybones, and Zach, they're all going to try and get on the board. Bowser comes up to the plate. He's Bowser. He's the best character in the game. He's inevitable. He's going to hit some home runs. So, huge scoring potential already from this team. But then Red Paratroopa, Boo, Green Match, another Drybones, and Blue Noki. This lineup's pretty solid top to bottom. It's easy to see why they're there, knocking on the top of the leaderboards.
Yeah, and Blue Noki really does need to get some credit here. Game two for the Monsters, Blue Noki went 3 for 3, was really instrumental in their win. Has not been that terrible at the plate in general. Noki's normally really a dead at bat, but Blue Noki has, much like a few of our other kind of standouts, has really overperformed, and I'm happy to see it.
Yeah, absolutely.
What if the AI started walking Bowser? It's funny. We've talked about this before. It would be smart, but the AI is not famously terribly smart. I did have in an exhibition match once for the Knights. Somebody beanballed Petey, and I am glad that didn't happen in the real thing because that owner would have been getting the summons from me. But
Look, this is why we need to just add the intentional walk rule.
nah, you're gonna see
It
very
saves your
few.
pitcher's arms. It's better for everyone involved.
Well, we will have to see what's better for everyone involved in this game, as the muscles are going to Bowser Castle. I'm gonna get us started.
Sounds good. Wario starts off with a charge swing. This is a really difficult stadium to go yard in, as Wario just lines out on the warning track.
He's gonna make the
Or
outfielders
flies
run
out on
for
the
it
warning
here.
track, excuse me.
Yellow Shy Guy, maybe one of this team's weaker hitters. I don't think anybody is a weaker hitter for this team than Paragoon, but that star helps him out. He gets to first base. As does Waluigi. We've got 2 on, 1 out for the Monsters. Or the Muscles. Red Yoshi going to be batting. Yoshi tends to really like to go for contacts, so we may see him just opt to load the bases and wait for King Boo, a decision I'm not mad at. We may also see him opt to ground into a double play to short, a decision I would be less happy with.
Yeah, I mean, a ground into double play, it's what everyone in this league likes to do.
The double plays, I say it every week, they have their own category. Oh, excuse me for just a minute. I am going to call time here. King Boo ineligible to start this game. Don't worry, we'll still see him on the mound. We have 1 illegal strike thrown in this entire game. If anybody needs to call it into question, you can take it up with me, but I got a suggested box right next to my paper shredder. Doesn't matter, though. Waluigi does a good job getting that one a weak hit into the infield for Red Yoshi to take care of. Green Dry Bones, though, does get aboard. 1 out, 1 on for Zach, owner of the Monsters. Probably not watching from Bangkok, but he could be.
I certainly hope not. I hope he chooses to enjoy his time instead, as that lava is going to prevent Shy Guy from getting to the ball, is also going to allow Dry Bones to advance to third. Bowser's at the plate. Miserable scenario here.
Runners on the corners
if
and
you
1 out.
are pitching.
That's a deep one from Bowser. The outfield's got chemistry. They're under it. Nate makes an excellent grab.
Oh my goodness.
Green Dry Bones is smart enough to tag up, but that's really not the worst case scenario for that situation.
Yeah. If you can limit, like, that's just how good Bowser is. If you can limit him to a sack fly, then you are happy. Right? Like...
Yeah, there are some pitchers
putting up a
in
crooked number in this first inning is just kind of a scary deficit that if you're the Muscles, you don't want to have to come back from.
No. Coming back from 2 in the first is not easy. The Wilds could not quite manage it last game, though they tried.
Well, in that case, it would have been, managing great Earl Weaver's favorite play, the 3-run home run, which is even more rough.
Waluigi manages things pretty well, holds the Monsters to just that 1. King Boo, one of the Muscles power hitters, looking to go yard here. His low trajectory keeps him from getting it over that wall, though. Going to be a long single. There are a few very good hitters in this league who just tend to hit line drives more than they do fly balls, and stadiums like this where the walls out back are a little higher can really neutralize some of that power.
Yeah, I mean, that being said, it is still a single.
It is still a single. Unfortunately, it's a single with Paragoomba up, who just loves getting into double plays. Manages to avoid it today, though, with a single of his own.
Hit it where they ain't.
Hit it where they ain't.
As Yellow Pianta is in a big spot here.
Definitely the other power hitter on this team.
Has the potential to bring the Muscles ahead.
Good eye, taking the pitches that are outside. The off-speed, always a risky pitch in this league. Does get past Dry Bones and right. And that is going to be...
Paragoomba's going to go home, I think.
No, thinks better of it.
Decides to lay off.
Going to be a 1 RBI double to tie this game up.
Unfortunately, Paragoomba is not only terrible at everything else, he is also very slow running the base paths.
Not quite as slow as King Boo ahead of him, but not much faster. But with runners on second and third with nobody out, Purple Toad here for the Muscles can at least hit a good sack fly. Instead, he gets one down, opting to load the bases. This is bases loaded, nobody out for Muscles owner Nate, trying to bring his team to victory. Can he be the one to do it? And he gets that over Bowser at second.
Bowser. It's going to score at least 2.
They make the throw for home instead of second. I think they could have had him at second there. But instead, Nate manages to stay on the base.
It's so hard to say because the laser throw can only go to home.
That's true. That's true, actually. Alright, Green Magic Koopa starting to get a little bit tired here for the Monsters. Knowing that we do not have Zach in chat, I'm going to check just really quickly, but he's been a pretty busy fella as of late. We may see more of him. We may see more of him in the coming weeks here. Alright, not seeing anything in the history, so what I am going to do is what Zach likes to do, which is use Boo as his first reliever, and then either Bowser or Green Magi, depending on who started. Green Magikoopa at shortstop, you're never unhappy to see somebody with a super dive.
Absolutely.
Boo with a star, best pitcher in this game stat-wise. Excellent in PvP, not quite as unparalleled in CPU, but still very good. Throwing some good curves right now, got Wario tricked a little bit. And Wario takes the third one looking, not expecting the slow ball. Men on second and third. And you got one strikeout. Boo looking to record another as Yellow Shy Guy whiffs on that. Oh, but Green Magikoopa misses that at short.
Yeah, extremely rare error there from Madge. I don't know if the runner just got in his way or what.
You know, the Magikoopas, that super dive of theirs, Magical Catch, is really excellent. But if you're outside of that range, they're not real fast. They got all those baggy ropes getting in the way. They don't have to move a lot. But if you make them move, you can really exploit their weaknesses a bit.
Yeah,
and Waluigi
absolutely.
makes some of the base runners move. That double is going to drive home a couple more. Green Koopa just misses the attack out the
if you're a
center.
Muscles fan, you need something to be happy about. And for honestly kind of the first time this season, the Muscles have a reason to feel really the most comfortable they've ever been.
Yeah, you know, the Monsters had a really convincing win against DK. And they do manage a good double play there. I give them some credit. The Monsters had a really strong win against DK last week. You can't help but wonder if coming up against an 0-3 team, they kind of thought they could take this one easy. Muscles have dispelled any notion of that by now.
Absolutely. And you know, these Muscles, they're showing, yeah, you know, their record can be a bit deceptive. They are absolutely the scariest 0-3 team in the league. Now, are they the only 0-3 team in the league? It's possible. But after this week, they might not be winless.
They certainly won't be 0-3, but yeah, they may well not be winless. Drybones doing his part to get the Bowser Monsters back where they need to be by getting onto a single. Blue Noki, did I curse her here in the press box talking about her abilities as of late? We will find out. Takes the third one looking. We've had a lot of strikeouts looking today. Waluigi calling her a loser from the mound. You know, we've got a few people we can talk to about unsportsmanlike conduct after this, but for coming off of 0-3, I almost want to let him have it.
And we got Yoshi there, you know. Morale boost can be a huge thing. You're finally winning a game. Suddenly, your whole body feels a bit lighter. You're able to grab those plays that, you know, might normally be a bit trickier for you. This team's going to do everything they can to hold onto their 5-run lead.
King Boo not going to extend it there. Deep drive into center left, but it lands just in between the lava and the bomb out there, so no interference from the outfield hazards. Paragoomba going to get another base hit, another single. You know, we've seen a lot of strikeouts today so far, just in these first two games. I've got no control here. The CPU is clearly playing. I'm curious what's causing them. Yellow Pianta not looking to strike out, though. Gonna get another single. Koopa gets that out of his glove in time for the pow ball. And the Monsters are already on their third string pitcher, who will, of course, be their captain. Following this, I'm unsure who they'll pick. It'll be up to me, unfortunately, as Zach is out. So Let's just hope the King of the Koopas can stay in for a while.
Yeah, absolutely. Although it is worth noting that their middle infield defense has taken a huge hit removing Bowser and replacing him with Boo.
Absolutely. Now, Boo does have the star, but he's just not that big a body. And Nate, man of the hour, last time he was up at the plate, Bowser going to give him a free strike with a bullet bill. Can use two more. With the bases loaded and one out, I wouldn't complain. But there's that magical catch from Green Magic Koopa. Makes the throw at first to get the out. Nate is still going to bring one in.
Yeah, and Madge was slow to get that ball into his glove. Maybe didn't feel confident in trying to turn the double play, but it did result now in 2 extra runs scoring.
2 outs, runners on the corners, a starred yellow Shy Guy. But Boo shows he's got something in him at second, makes the diving catcher. As close to a dive as Boo's can make. Muscles up by 7 after 3. This is looking to be the largest difference we've seen yet this league.
Yeah, you'd really just love to see this Muscles team get a statement win like this.
Yeah, for those...
Although they're not going to do it with Waluigi here on the mound. Or well, he's staying in for now, at least.
And he manages just fine. Zach's going to ground that one out into a double play. Wario... Wario's really been a bit of a liability for the Muscles on the mound, but he's been acceptable at short for sure. Bowser lines that one out to Yellow Pianta and left. King Babam gives him a little bit of trouble after the fact.
And you kind of had to question the decision to letting a totally gassed Waluigi pitch to 2001 Barry Bonds, but it worked out.
Even 2001 Barry Bonds did not bat 1,000.
Nobody sure did bat close to it.
We have some people in the chat now questioning the value of Bowser as a team captain. One bad game does not a bad team make. Nor is this game over. Green Magic Koopa has a very good jump at short. Clears the base paths, gets 2 outs. King Boo's up, but if they can get past him, and Zach does grab that one in left, Monsters manage to hold the Muscles scoreless for the first time since the start of this game. They're going to need to keep doing that if they want any chance of coming back. Bowser was first pick. Did he get the first triple play? I believe it. Waluigi's still tired, still pitching. The Monsters are no stranger to this. Last week, Green Magic Koopa pitched to the Wilds tired for a few innings and actually did pretty well for it.
Yeah, I mean, if you're Waluigi here, it's extremely unlikely that you're going to be able to stay in for the complete game. But God, you just want to give every ounce of yourself to help your team get this first win.
Absolutely. And King Boo, going to be their reliever, not famed for his stamina. They do not want to go to Wario after last week, so Waluigi's going to do everything he can. Bowser has been a little bit challenged this season, but he's really been no slouch. Not an instant win button of a captain, but hardly a bad pick.
Yeah, absolutely. And some poorly timed defense there from Boo is going to allow Yellow Pianta on board. Certainly not an easy play to make, but it is a play that you would expect, probably Bowser or any other regular second baseman to get.
Purple
Unfortunately,
Toad.
Boo.
Gonna get one down here. Muscles have runners on first and second with 1 out. Nate coming up yet again. Can he do it a third time? Not quite going to manage a third time. Green Magic Koopa's got that magic catch at short. Yellow Pianta just not fast enough to get back to the bag. It's a nice play, but it's quickly starting to feel like too little too late as the Monsters going into the bottom of the fifth, still down by 7. Waluigi is finally done. It is time for King Boo to step in. I think. We do have Nate here. I'm going to give him a minute just in case something crazy is about to happen. Green Magic Koopa indeed finally deciding to catch a ball. And yes, so I was saying while we take this brief break to make sure that I get confirmation from Nate on the pitching substitution. Bowser is slightly nerfed in the NSLB. His pitching still good, but not quite as busted as it used to be. Long story short, certain pitchers have very short windups, which causes the batting AI to charge for every hit significantly earlier than they need to, which reduces their power. So Bowser was able to neutralize power hitters on top of everything else that he can do. Still doing okay though, I think.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it is in fact King Boo, who is going to do his absolute damnedest to keep Wario off the mound. First pitch lets up a single, though. You've got Dry Bones on, nobody out. Blue Noki went out looking last inning. She's got to do better than that now. Grounder to second does still manage to advance the runner. Dry Bones on second, 1 out. Green Koopa up to bat for the Monsters in the bottom of the fifth here, down by 7 runs. Looking at a 2-0 count, or 0-2 count, excuse me. And Dry Bones gets caught in a pickle, tagged out at third. Koopa gets on to first, but it's not what you were looking to have happen with that at-bat.
Yeah, if anything, Dry Bones at least barely managed to prevent the double play, but it does not end up mattering regardless.
Nope, Wario's got that one at short from Green Dry Bones. And the Monsters really, with Bowser and 2 Dry Bones, certainly capable of being a hitting team, just not showing it tonight. I'm sure you can relate.
Yeah, not every team's gonna be on every night.
But the Muscles are on tonight. Wario also going to get a leadoff single here for the inning. 7 is the highest differential we've had in any game so far. In week 1, the Muscles lost to the Knights 8-1, and the Bows lost to the Wilds 7-0. So with 2 on, nobody out yet, and Waluigi up to bat, Muscles might be trying to set a league record here in the NSLB. But Waluigi lines out into a double play from Green Magic Koopa at short. Close to a triple play, but Yellow Shy Guy gets back in time. Unfortunately, that inning started very strong, ended very quickly for the Muscles. They are back to putting up goose eggs. Yeah, now there was that early charge I was talking about. Zach charged up for that one way earlier than he needed to, but he just went and took the pitch. I think smartly so. Gonna get aboard himself for Bowser, who can at least get a 2-run shot to get this game a little closer. Instead hits a trickler that sneaks past Wario at short. Bowser on first, Zach on second, Red Paratroopa showing charge, but doesn't have the power to get it out. That's a double play. Zach will get on third, but it's not what you're looking to see.
Absolutely not.
But Boo is going to get an RBI single. The Muscles are still looking pretty likely to win this one, but perhaps not in record-winning fashion.
Yeah, I mean, if all that matters in this game is whether you win or lose, right? So whatever it takes for you to win, whether that's by 7 runs or whether it's by 1 run, that's what's most important.
Run differential, really only the third tiebreaker in this game. Yellow Pianta makes an error out and left. Drybones is gonna get Boo home. And the Monsters, even on 2 outs, do not want to be counted out just yet. But can Blue Noki be the one to keep this game going? Hard to say. We see a play
Excuse
from
me?
So we see Waluigi from third kick it to Wario at short, who throws it to Purple Toad behind the plate, who throws it back to first base to score to get Blue Noki out. What a play! What a play, folks! And Blue Noki does in fact end that for the Monsters, but it did not look like it for a minute there. Iris, my co-commentator, a little speechless here. Don't blame her. Paragoomba gonna ground one out to short. That at least we know how to call. Muscle's got 2 outs, nobody
the Bowsers
on.
really need to get their defense in check.
Yellow Pianta gonna keep their last chance to score some insurance alive. Can Purple Toad do the same? He can, in fact. Boo is gonna miss that one at second. Purple Toad gonna get on first. Yellow Pianta thinks about third, does manage to bait the throw out, gives him a window to get back to second. Nate really absolutely leading his team to victory here, putting in the work. Gets one down in front of Green Koopa. Doesn't drive in any more RBIs today, but he gets on, loads the bases for Wario. You'd love to see a star swing here. The CPU doesn't know how to handle it, but he just doesn't use very many of them. Star pitch from Bowser, though. He's going to use 2. Wario's going to miss it. Is he going to use the third to stop the bleeding? No. And Wario keeps things going. Gets to first safely. That's one more for the Muscles. Up by 6 now. And the Monsters, with 1 out to pitch, calling for a change. I gotta make a substitution. It's so like Bowser to make me do this. It really is. I am pretty consistently loath to change the outfield. It's literally 1 out to pitch. I'm just going to put a big power hitter on first base. I think that's normally where they go, isn't it?
Pretty appropriate.
Yeah. Green Paratroopa, not an especially amazing pitcher, but nobody this team has left is except maybe Zach, but you want to keep that chemistry out there, so... I suppose Green Paratroopa would have chemistry if we were to put Zach on the mound. Well, what say you, Iris?
I mean, I think it's fine as it is.
All right. Red Paratroopa. I get him confused sometimes. Red Paratroopa's gonna make his debut. Needs to pitch a single out. Does. And that is it. Monsters. We have only ever seen one team put up a 6 spot in this league, and it's the Muscles who did it in this game. Monsters gonna have to follow suit to keep this going. Green Koopa hitting a deep ball, really trying to get him started, but it doesn't have the power. Pow ball misses Nate, hits Yellow Shy Guy instead. Brave man falling on the grenade for his troops there.
Absolutely.
Green Drybone's looking at 2 strikes from King Boo. Gets the third one down in center in front of Nate. You've got 1 on, 1 out for the Monsters. We're going to be batting Zach, and then Bowser, who could at the very least move the needle in the right direction. But instead, Zach lines out to a double play to Red Yoshi at second, and the Muscles, no longer winless, pretty convincing fashion, taking it to the Monsters in their own home stadium. You love to see it from Nate. You really do.
Absolutely. And, I'll tell you what, Nate, if he wants to make it to the playoffs, he's going to be, pretty deep in that middle section of the pack where run differential can be pretty crucial for tiebreakers. So absolutely great to see that 6-run win here.
Yeah, top 4 teams at the end of this going to make it to the playoffs out of 9. So he definitely wants to start moving that direction, but we've still got plenty of season left to go. We're only in week 4 of 18. We've still even got to get to the turn. So I'm hoping for Nate's sake that this is the start of something special. I guess I'm hoping for Zach's sake that it ain't. I'm the commissioner. I got to be even-handed, except when it comes to my knights. I'm only human. But I am very much happy to see it. Now, we are going to take a little bit of a break. 8:24. Normally, we come back from these about 8:30. But I am going to need a little bit of a break as I still need to set up the next 2 games. So it may be closer to 8:40, 8:45 that we see us again. But we will see us again, so don't go anywhere.
Absolutely. And, use this time to go to the bathroom, get a drink, stretch your legs, grab a snack, whatever you need to do so that you can be right back here and fully focused for our last 2 baseball games. Should be pretty exciting.
All right, we'll see y'all real soon. And all right, folks, we are back. Quarter of 9 here, coming up on Game 3. Mario Fireballs at Peach Monarchs, going to the Ice Garden yet again. This is a deep stadium, one that might neutralize some of the long ball hitters, but that outfield is not only deep, it's full of hazards, so you are going to need a top tier defense out there to field everything you're looking at. I know normally I go over the away team, but given that it's the Fireballs, I think it's only fair that I let Iris walk us through their lineup tonight.
Absolutely. So we got a lineup. It's unchanged from last time. We got Red Critter with the star leading off. He's going to hit home runs. He's going to hit singles. He's going to hit doubles. He gets on base. And once he gets on base, we got the trio of Hammer Bro at third, Boomerang Bro at first, and Fire Bro at second. These are all huge home run hitters, some of the best in the game. They're manning our corner bases as well as middle infield. Next up, we got Red Madge on pitching. Throws fireballs, doesn't have the longevity. We'll expect him to be replaced as the game goes on. Myself out in center field to create that chemistry with Mario in right field and Red Toad in left field. And Baby Daisy's here too at catcher.
Truly the tagline of the Fireballs, the Mario Fireballs. Baby Daisy's here too, but honestly, she hasn't been doing terribly. Funny enough, I was taking a look at the stats. I might be wrong, but I think Red Critter in 3 games has yet to score a base hit. I think I think he's had some sac flies, but I don't know that he's ever actually crossed first plate yet, or first base. Excuse me. This is
It's
definitely his game to make that happen, though.
I mean it's been pretty frustrating to watch this team even though we're now 1-1. The win did not feel especially decisive. It just feels like my hitters aren't hitting. I don't know what to do, but hopefully this is the game that changes that. If I want to change it though, I'm gonna be up against Zach West's Peach Monarchs. Christian, what's that lineup looking like?
It's changing. The batting order for the Monarchs has been pretty consistent. Most of the batting lineup for this team has been pretty consistent most weeks, but the actual fielding positions are kind of all over the place. Blue Dry Bones gonna play third. Had a brief stint as starting pitcher for the Monarchs. It was not pretty. Toadette getting the star as always, but not gonna be playing second base as always. Instead, she's going out to right. Pink Yoshi is staying in left. That's unchanged. Wiggler playing second base. I'm not sure Wiggler, as we go into week 4, has played the same position twice in a row at any point. Funky Kong first baseman. That's always consistent. Zach gonna go in center field. Gonna go for some pink chemistry out in the outfield for this team. Peach gonna get to pitch. Has not since week 1. Gray Shy Guy shortstop. Also very consistent for this team. And the Yoshi of many names, light blue, teal, cerulean, and whatever else you want to call him, gonna be a catcher. I'm excited to see what the changes do. I'm excited to see. I see the chat talking about Baby Peach's horrible injuries. Yeah, so the rookies do have the bye this week. I'm excited to see what they do too when we get around to it. But I know that the Monarchs are capable of quite a bit. We saw it last week against the Muscles, but you know, this your team, Iris, even if they haven't been hitting quite as hard as they look like they should on paper, I still kind of feel like they really are, if you'll forgive the expression, a trial by fire.
Yeah, well, we'll have to see if they're able to live up to expectations this week. Uh, Without anything else to take care of, should we get right into it?
Probably should, as we are gonna have a late one tonight, folks. But we're glad to have y'all here. Let's see what's going on at the Ice Garden. And Red Critter hits one deep to the warning track. This is what I'm talking about, that ice. But Zach
That
just
should
gets
be
under
an
it in
out though,
time.
yeah.
That would have been a lot surer and out on any other stadium, though. Hammerbro grounds one out to Gray. Shy Guy is short. Quick 2 outs for the Monarchs here on defense. This is what they need to do. Boomerang Bro gonna see if he can't start a rally.
You know, I appreciate the patience. It's not just about, sitting on balls and hitting strikes. You're sitting on that pitch that you really want to hit, that you feel like you're completely prepared for. And when you are one of those power hitters, it's pretty common to see people be like, there's one ball that I'm waiting for them to throw, and that's what I'm going to hit.
And Firebro was waiting for that one. It's going to be deep, but yet again, this stadium just neutralizes it. The Boo item, not really used in time. It's funny, we've seen at-bats live and die by the Boo item. It's gone both ways, but once the outfielder's under it, once they're not moving, doesn't matter whether they see the ball or not. Their glove's going to be where it needs to be.
Yeah, definitely much more impactful on, for example, a line drive.
Speaking of line drives, Blue Drybone's going to get one over the head of Red Critter at short for a deep double. Considers a triple. Maybe could have gotten away with it due to some glacier issues out there in left, but stays on the bag.
Yeah, absolutely. Should have gotten away with it. Red Critter severely hampered there by being frozen.
Those things are an item in Smash Brothers for a reason. A good catch from Firebro at second neutralizes Toadette's line drive, but Blue Drybones gets back to the bag smartly. It's now a man on second with 1 out for the Monarchs, batting Pink Yoshi. Wiggler will be next. Red Critter fails to catch a star swing. That came at him hot, but he does manage to keep it in the air, toss it over to you coming in from center, Iris.
Yeah, I mean, it's possible that could have been a double play had Red Critter managed to field it properly, but you can't be too upset.
No. Wiggler, a good contact hitter, but a single won't be enough to bring Blue Drybones home. He's going to at least need a double to score something here. And on 2 outs, you really like to get this started early. Instead, that's going to be a bit of a blooper out to left. Red Toad's underneath it. First inning goes by scoreless for both teams. Fireball's batting Red Magikoopa, Iris Mario now.
Yeah, definitely out of the scariest part of the lineup. Red Mage almost has a perfect hit there.
Instead, going to hit it up the middle instead of up the third base line. Gray Shy Guy is there. You do not want to be in a Shy Guy's dive path. That is for sure. Blooper is a term, I'm pretty sure. Heartball from Peach.
It is, in fact.
I'm not 100% sure what the Heartball does. It doesn't seem to have any impact here.
It makes it more difficult to see where the ball is.
Well, you have no trouble with it. And Orioles Mario going to hit a deep one out into right. Toadette gets frozen. And that is going to be an RBI double for Mario as Iris crosses the plate.
Yeah, Mario, there's a reason why he's my captain. He's not going to hit nearly as many home runs, hopefully, as the first 4 of the lineup, but incredibly adept in all situations. Just a great all-around player.
Always has been, always will be, in just about every Mario sports game. You're never unhappy to be playing with the cover athlete. That's a man on second and 1 out for Red Toad. Gray Shy Guy gonna make the throw to third. Close plays in this league almost always gonna favor the runner. You can't blame him for trying, but now you've got runners on the corners with one out. And Baby Daisy still has something in her. Gets that one out into shallow left. Pink Yoshi tosses it back to the infield, but not before Mario slides home. Is there any reason they favor the runner? I don't know. I feel like if there was a way to make it more fair, I would have heard about it by now. It's not 100%, but it is pretty darn close.
Mm-hmm.
Red Critter going to get on the bag, maybe for the first time this league, if my stats are right, with a single.
And loading the bases here for the trio of Burrows. At least two of them will head up this inning, unless for some reason Hammer Bro's going for the star swing. He can't complain too much about that. It's gonna score at least two, could score three.
Zach
it will,
having
as
so
Red
much
Critter's
trouble with
coming
the
home.
ice. Zach having a lot of trouble with the ice. That's a 3 RBI triple. And you just hate to see it. He's diving for it and slipping over and over again. The ice.
Unfortunately, did miss out on the team's first Grand Slam, but you can't complain about that.
We are
really great use of a star swing.
We are already done with Peach tonight. She had a break these last 2 weeks. You know, she's a very good pitcher in PvP. I'm sure she was begging to get put back on the mound, and now Zach's got to wonder if they really want to keep listening to her. I have Switch, Peach, and Toadette, followed by a sad face. That is what we're gonna do. Peach still suffering from the childhood injuries. Yeah, I don't know if the baby players are going to be causing any paradoxes here. Boomerang
And that's
Bro
going to be another solid double here.
hit into the same spot as Hammer Bro did, but Zach is a little faster getting to this one. Still, top of the second, Fireballs, a 6-0 lead. Man on second, nobody out. This really is turning into the inning from hell. Funky Kong going to end it. Makes a good jump.
And it looks like Toadette's already tired there.
Yeah, it's tough to tell. The animation for them getting tired and the animation for them just being disappointed with the outcome of an inning are the same. So it could be one, could be the other. I think we'll still see her a bit longer. Funky Kong, a slow base runner, but does manage to get on first. Zach up now. We've seen the Monarchs put up 5 in an inning before against the DK Wilds. They do that now, and they'll be back in this. But putting up a 5 spot's easier said than done, even with 2 on, no outs. Red Magic Koopa pitching to Peach here. Oh, Peach.
And that's going to be a triple play.
Oh, Peach,
oh,
what are
goodness.
you doing, Peach? Your team captain lining out into a triple play. Now, I know that was a beautiful catch. Super dive from Fire Bro. You can't always be expecting those, but every inning counts when you're down by this much, and you hate to see one thrown away that quickly. Toadette is now getting tired. I have a sneaking suspicion we're going to see just how deep the Monarchs' pitching depth goes tonight.
Yeah, although they do find some efficiency there, turning the double play. Mario, you know, had some real heroics his last at-bat. We'll see if he can make anything happen here.
Cannot. Wiggler is tall at second base. Doesn't even need to jump for that one. And after an absolutely wild inning, we're back to zeros. It really is a very hot and cold league, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Another one of those dives from Fire Bro, really showing why he belongs in the middle infield.
Yeah, this lineup, even though Magic Koopa doesn't have the same longevity, I really think this is kind of the best configuration because getting to have Mario out in right field, meaning that Firebro can come into second base, is just so huge.
Yeah, the bro's not especially good as far as a fielding stat is concerned, but that super dive can make up for just about anything.
And having someone faster out in right field is really helpful. That was a lot of what hurt me in my first game against you.
Yeah, well, I'm glad you decided to make that mistake against me. If you had to make it against anyone.
Yeah, I mean, it's still a lineup that I'll have to field one third of the time.
Red Magic Koopa
And
comes off the mound to come to first so that Boomerang Bro can make that play, by the way. Gets the fireballs out of that one. Monarchs stay scoreless as we're into the top of the fourth. This game moving pretty fast.
yeah, and Toda moves pretty quickly there, or excuse me, Red Toe moves pretty quickly there to first base. Toadette is tired. She's pitching through it. It's Baby Daisy up at the plate, even though she got a single last time. Maybe it was lulled into a false sense of security as Baby Daisy's hitting at least a double. Red Toad's coming home, but is it a mistake? It's a close play.
The runner
Red
favored
Toad
yet again.
just barely makes it. Baby Daisy has her first RBI triple.
We got to talk about substance abuse there. Red Toad grown to massive size with what must have been a super mushroom hiding somewhere. Zach, owner of the Monarchs in chat, just hitting question marks. I don't know either, friend. I don't know either. I really would have liked to have seen that play at the plate go the other way. I admit it was such a good effort. You hate to see it go unrewarded.
Yeah, I just can't agree there.
Yeah, you made a team that was designed to really snowball, and this is the first game we've seen him do it. Gonna give Zach some time to think about a pitching change here. It's an awkward one. I think I know what my depth would be at this point, but it's not my position to state it.
Yeah, absolutely. Same here. I'm not in any position, nor am I in any rush to state it.
Right. You, on the other hand, have two reasons not to say anything. I've seen worse in the Triple SL. Things were absolutely insane. I remember week one, very first game of the Triple SL ever was on Daisy Cruiser. It was the Yoshi Eggs at the Daisy Flowers, and that was an 18-1 game. The Mario Fireballs had a home game against the Bowser Jr. Rookies in the Triple SL that was, I believe, 26-6, maybe 29-6. There was a 12 spot in that game. They just singled them to death. Anything's possible in this league. Our stats so far seem to be a little more grounded, but this could be the start of something crazy. Oh, right. I always forget that I get Zach's substitutions from Discord. Let me see what's going on. Oh, Peach is actually ineligible to be back on the pitch.
Was Peach the one who started this game?
Peach did start this game, and I don't like to sub tired pitchers back in because then they pitch 2/3 of an inning and call out again. All right, we have our substitution. It's Light Blue Yoshi, Teal Yoshi, Cerulean Yoshi.
Definitely not cerulean. Cyan, though.
Zach, owner of the Monarchs, calls him Cerulean Yoshi. Only fair, I respect it. We're gonna see
That
what it does.
I think West Zach might need to get their monitor checked.
Red Critter gonna drive another one in with a single. It's 8-0 now for the Fireballs. Still nobody out. Peach does not manage to get under that one, but Red Critter was expecting her to, so does not run. Monarch's gonna record their first out. Boomerang Bro hits one deep. Zach does get under it in time. Hammer Bro back to first, and just 2 batters ago we had a man on first with nobody out. Still on first, but 2 outs now to the Fireball's name. Fire Bro gonna keep things going a little longer though. 2 on 2 out for Red Magic.
I really have to question going for the slap hit with 2 outs. You feel like a homer is just so much more valuable there that it makes sense to go for it.
Well, Red Magic
even
Koopa,
though this is a rough park for it.
Red Magic Koopa pulls that one right to Funky Kong at first. Barely had to make a move. And as Pink Yoshi lines one out into left, we're in the bottom of the 4th. The Fireball's lead only getting bigger.
Yeah, we'll have to see. Wiggler is absolutely capable of making something happen. You know, if you see Wiggler hit a single to first base, Funky Kong hit a home run, suddenly this could be not that different of a ball game, but closer.
Certainly closer. And Wiggler does get that contact single to first. Funky Kong is charging up. That's going to get into deep center, but Iris is under it. Wiggler fast, but not fast enough to get back on first base. And the Monarchs just fail to make the most of another inning.
Yeah, you know, they're maybe being successful at wearing down on Madge a little bit, getting these base runners, but just feels like every inning they're getting 2 base runners and then 3 outs.
It's a challenging team and a challenging stadium, but Mario, for all the good he's done today, grounds out into a double play. With nobody on and 2 out, Red Toad up to bat here, it's looking less likely that the Fireballs will be extending their lead this inning. But we can't say for sure yet. Red Toad is aboard with a single.
Yeah, Baby Daisy been having a really solid game so far. However, even the best hitters get out a decent amount of the time. Baby Daisy is not one of the best hitters. Still being 2 for 3 today with an RBI triple, you can't complain.
Certainly not from your last draft pick. Zach charging, gonna let the off speed go by him. That's a deep one out to left. On any other ballpark.
Yeah, unfortunately, they got under the ball just a little bit too much. Almost had some last minute heroics with the shell. Toad's a very competent left fielder, though.
And Red Critter, a very competent shortstop. Got a big range on that dive, and it does what it needs to do. Bottom of the 5th here. 2 outs, nobody on. Gray Shy Guy batting. Fire Bros got that one. Red Magic Koopa's still in this, not showing any signs of struggling yet. Might have a complete game at this pace. And with the Fireballs back at the top of their order, Teal Yoshi's about to get a trial by fire for sure.
Yeah, and Red Critter, I don't exactly know what causes these power hitters to sometimes start charging well before the windup.
Well,
but it does contribute to a strikeout.
Red Critter does strike out, you know. Leave it to the unlikely to finally start neutralizing the lineup a little bit. Peach does not want to get frozen, crashes through that glacier, but the time she takes doing that is time that Hammer Bro has to get to second base. Runner in scoring position for Boomerang Bro. That's a deep one. It's going to stay fair. No doubt or two-run home run. The first home run we're going to see at the Ice Garden, and they tell you Hammer Bro's got the lowest trajectory out of the bros. You're not seeing it there. That one was high and long.
That was Boomerang Bro.
Boomerang Bro.
Yeah, incredible hit there for Fire Bro. Lined sharply enough that Peach couldn't quite get there in time. Combined with some on-field shenanigans, once again we have a Bro in scoring position.
Red Magic Koopa lining out into a double play, gonna...
Yeah, some real heroics there by Blue Drybones. You know, just using every ounce of his body to jump and get up there, grab that ball. That could have easily been an RBI single had Blue Drybones not gotten to it.
And you are taking whatever small victories you can right now if you're the Monarchs. Fireballs have put up the first double-digit score we've seen yet, and there's just no answer for it as Teal Yoshi lines one out to Red Critter at short. Bottom of the sixth, we are quickly approaching the end here.
And Drybones at bat will put us one step closer to the end. Heroic out in the field, maybe not so much behind the plate today.
Toadette gonna get a single up the middle. Red Magic Koopa finally starting to tire out. Does not feel threatened enough by Pink Yoshi on 2 outs to leave the mound.
And you know, we'll have to see it. Magic Koopa would only need one more inning for the complete game.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
So we'll have to see how long he's willing to stay in.
I don't remember who the Monarchs are going to be batting in the bottom of the 7th, but depending on who it is, he may feel perfectly comfortable to stay there. If it's Wiggler Funky Kong, I might consider pulling him just to be safe, but most any other duo, I think he could probably take.
And it's looking like a quick 7th here for the Fireballs.
Red Toad's
I think it's fair to say they don't really need any insurance runs at this point.
They do not, but Red Toad's gotten a lot of singles on 2 outs this game, and this is going to be yet another one. Baby Daisy shown why she is not to be counted out. But Pink Yoshi's underneath that.
Perhaps can be counted out some of the time.
As
Cyan Yoshi is tired,
and it is
I don't think that matters.
It is Wiggler Funky Kong here starting the bottom of the 7th. These are the 2 I would want to start with. Wiggler showing why with a good single. Red Magic Koopa says, what's a 2-run shot gonna do to us right now? And that's if Funky Kong can manage it. He's gonna try.
And you can just see...
But a brutal ground out to Boomerang Bro at first.
Come on.
And Red Magic Koopa doesn't want to pitch the last out.
Okay. Switch Mario and match, then switch... Yeah.
Do that?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright. Red Magic Koopa... Magic Koopa's a very, very tricky pitcher. Maybe he explicitly doesn't want a complete game on his stats for some reason. He's worried, he would rather be underestimated as he makes a Beautiful
as he
grab at
makes the
second.
final
Yeah,
out
as he
in
makes a beautiful grab at second in very flashy fashion. A rough one here at the Ice Garden for the Monarchs. 10 and 0. Fireballs showing what they've been hiding this whole time.
Yeah, if you're a Fireballs fan, you're definitely riding high. You know, you've been telling everyone, "Hey, you got to watch out for this team." And maybe people have been making fun of you these first 2 weeks. Uh, but this is a statement game.
Yeah, between the
This is
muscles and the
everything that the Fireballs are capable of, and I'm just so thrilled to see it all come to fruition.
fireballs, a lot of statement games from teams that have not been at the top of the standings yet. I am I'm a little nervous about another statement game happening in a minute here as the Knights go on the road to Yoshi Park to see the Birdo Bows in our nightcap. I am, however, going to stretch my legs real quick. Iris, if you want to get us started, you are welcome to. Otherwise, I'll be back in very few seconds to talk about my Knights.
Your thing. So, our final game of the night, we got Christian's Luigi Knights going up against Cowboys X Birdo Bows. Pretty exciting match here. I would say Luigi Knights are a pretty strong favorite. However, Zach's team is capable of making it happen too. Christian has Blue Toad at catcher, Brown Critter at second base is going to get a star. Hopefully, get on base for the shortstop Petey Piranha to hit just so many dingers. Green Toad in right field, Autumn Manning center, Green Shy Guy in left field. Luigi's playing first base. Blue Shy Guy is playing third, and Christian is pitching. It sounds like you're back. Christian, you want to tell me about your team?
Give me just a second. It is the nightcap. I'm going to get some mood lighting in here. Starting to get a little late. I can make my setup a little cozier. But yeah, so the old you got the old adage: if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Well, I never was much one for listening to adages. So the Knights 2-0, doing perfectly fine. Everything I need to do. I just want to improve a little bit here and there. Blue Toad has not been batting better statistically than Green Toad, but hasn't had chemistry either. So I'm going to start us off with Blue Toad. Brown Critter P. Piranha always staying in the 2 and 3 spot. You're never going to see that move. But now Green Toad going to bat cleanup instead. Going to have some chemistry with Autumn. Green Shy Guy. Luigi going to be the one without chemistry right now. I think he can manage it on his own. And yeah, Blue Shy Guy and myself, both kind of dead at bats so far, really. So I'm hoping by giving us chemistry with each other, we can kind of mitigate that. And if we can't, well, at least we're at the back of the lineup.
Yeah,
Autumn.
absolutely. Then the Birdo Bows,
Yeah.
we
So
got Yoshi playing short. Excuse me?
sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, we got Yoshi playing short and Birdo pitching. Red Shy Guys taking third base. Blue Pianta has the star over at second. Toadsworth behind the dish. Green Noki will be manning left. Red Piana in center and Red Noki over in right field. Cowboy Zach himself is gonna round out the lineup over at first base.
Yeah, both owners here gonna finish the lineups. Both owners changed jerseys this week. I'm in blue. Cowboy Zach now in light green, giving himself chemistry with Yoshi, leadoff hitter.
Interesting.
It's gonna be an interesting game. The train in Yoshi Park, one of the more obstructive outfield hazards, and at nighttime that car is those extra cars make that train just a little bit longer. I'm watching my center fielder betting against me in the chat right now, and I can't help but feel like my position at the top is not as safe as I'd like it to be. I like our odds, but it's all just going to come down to who paid that train operator more money.
Yeah, absolutely. Um, it's definitely Zach is hoping for something to be able to go his way. He's got a team that, they performed so well back in the Superstars days. Unfortunately, maybe haven't been able to quite keep up in Super Sluggers, but they can still make something happen.
Yeah, the
And we'll have to see who is able to make something happen as we enter into game 4.
yeah, absolutely. Let me get us started here. Yeah, the Pianta's really the power section of the Bows lineup.
Hmm.
Have been choosing to go contact a lot. If they opt to start swinging for the fences tonight, this will get that much more interesting. Not swinging for the fences is Blue Toad. That's not his job. He's going to start us off with a contact single. Brown Critter PD Piranha had a week off. Gonna see what they can do with it. And already, Brown Critter hits a deep line drive double. Manages to sneak past Blue Pianta at second, and we've already got runners on second and third for PD Piranha, the big man himself. We've had a lot of games get started early this week, folks, and this might be another one. Oh, but bad contact from PD Piranha. Oh, but they bait out the throw home. Toadsworth opts to try and get the out at first at the last second, and Blue Toad crosses the plate. I've never seen anything like it.
Yeah, I mean, we saw a somewhat similar play earlier tonight that was equally as baffling, except at least in that situation, they did get the out at first, which was also the third out. Here, they decided, hey, we don't need the double play, we'd rather prevent a run from scoring, and then just decided to not wait for the runner to cross the bag. I don't know if that's like a glitch with the way that the AI works or what, but that's
You know, as of Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door, Toadsworth is canonically 60. If we've been counting up from there, as Green Shy Guy gets a single, got 2 on 2 out for the Knights right now with Luigi batting. Toadsworth is 60, 66 in this game? You gotta give him credit for still playing, but a 66-year-old catcher is not always gonna be the sharpest.
that is true. And now your Knights have the bases loaded.
With 2 outs, Blue Shy Guy, I said he was a dead at bat. He's got chemistry now. Birdo gonna throw a free strike. She's got 1 more, but not 2 more. Opts to save it. And the bomb chemistry item doesn't get out in time. Blue Shy Guy does what Blue Shy Guy does. Still, Knights got deep enough in their order. You're going to see their best hitters up again at the top of the second. So the Bows have Yoshi, Birdo, Red Shy Guy to answer. Now, Luigi has had 2 complete games for the Knights so far, so he certainly deserves the rest he's getting, but we have not seen any other pitchers for the Knights yet. We're going to see how my debut on the mound goes.
Yeah, absolutely. 1 out already.
I'd always planned for the Mies to be the backup. Now, that ball takes a weird bounce off the pipe in center right, but Birdo does not take advantage of the pathing issues. It would be a short throw to second if she tried. Brown Critter makes a great dive at second on that one.
Yeah, and now not being aggressive on the base paths has really hurt the Birdovos. That double play doesn't get made if Birdo is able to actually make it to second. Unfortunately, in CPU, nobody runs to their full potential, so the fact that Birdo is one of, if not the fastest character in the game, really just kind of goes to waste.
And I'm going to hit a good line drive out into... Well, I hit it into right, but the Piranha Plants decided to take it into left. And that'll be a double.
And
in all
Noki
that
really
time.
could have gotten under it, but
Noki probably could have gotten under it. Birdo got a free strike on Blue Toad. She's got 1 more, but not 2 more. Again, chooses not to use it. Blue Toad gonna star swing. That's got the speed. Red Pianta's got a great arm out in center field, but he's not the fastest. And that'll be an RBI single for Blue Toad. One on, nobody out for a start, Brown Critter. Opts for contact. Maybe he just wants to get on for Petey. I'm not sure. Now,
That's definitely understandable.
Now, Petey did not have a great hit first go-round. Also going to opt for contact, but Red Pianta's under that one. And that arm on that Pianta throws to second in time. Blue Toad's not back on the bag. I really wish I would see my power hitters going for power. Instead, with that trickler from Green Toad into the infield, it's all finished up for the Knights with just one more on the board. We finally see a charge from Pianta. I hear a train in the background. Autumn's going to catch it just in time. And will then get hit by a train and blown up by a bomb. The Knights have a great medical plan, I swear. Out one was a little nail biting, but 2 and 3 are very routine for PD Piranha at short. Luigi Knights batting Autumn, Green Shy Guy, and Luigi coming into the top of the third. Good jump from Red Shy Guy.
Great jumping catch there by Shy Guy.
I really like putting Shy Guys on third base. I've always done it here, and I think that really shows why. They're not the fastest, but they've got good fielding. Their batting, unfortunately, does leave a bit to be desired, as Green Shy Guy just trickles one into the infield. 2 out, nobody on for Luigi. Not really a power hitter, but he'll keep things going with a single. Blue Shy Guy killed the last inning he was at bat. Can he do it again? Luigi gonna try and steal second here. Doesn't matter.
And it will prevent the double play from happening. Unfortunately, there were already 2 outs.
Yeah, error item does not really have any effect there. Red Pianta, Red Noki, and Cowboy Zach batting for the Bows this inning. PD Piranha misses a dive at short, is chasing it out there in the outfield. Autumn's gotta set everything straight by making the throw herself. And you know, it's funny, I really think that Autumn being green, that chemistry with Luigi, might have been all it took to get that throw out in time. Cowboy Zach has a bit of a mustache. Not sure how that happened.
I've been wondering about that.
Well, if I remember correctly, 2 weeks ago, all of the Knights at Luigi's mansion were faceless. Sometimes the Mii's just act up. I look as handsome as ever, though, as I step up to the plate. And a nice single. POW item gets in the way of Blue Pianta, but he's not the one making the play, so it's more just insult to injury. And another weak one from Blue Toad. You know, the Toads on the Knights not batting especially well today. I'd love to see a solo shot from Brown Critter to keep the scores going. And he would too. Instead, it's going to be a deep single.
Yeah. Birdo's showing signs of fatigue. It's not what you want to see when you're going up against PD Piranha.
No, but she's got enough stars in the tank to use them. But opts not to. PD hits an absolute monster of a ball, but it does go foul into left. Second one stays on the ground. Yoshi's got it at short. That's a shame if you're the Knights owner. But we're still up by
Yeah,
3 here.
halfway through this game, the Birdo Bows haven't managed to do much so far. That could all change right here as Yoshi starts off the inning with a quick shot into shallow center for a single.
Birdo, never a batter you want to count out. Showing charge. Gets that one past Petey at short. 2 on, nobody out for the Bows. Red Shy Guy batting third. Not been amazing yet today, but if he can keep it on, keep it going for Blue Pianta. Instead, it's going to be a double play, but you do have a man on third with 2 outs for Blue Pianta. Home run here, and the Bows are only down by 1.
Piana wants the single though.
Doesn't manage to get it though. Brown Critter's arm, not to be trifled with, and the Pianta just doesn't have the speed.
I know Pianas are here for their home run potential, but you got to be able to go faster than that. I believe the Pianas are officially listed as speed types too.
Are they? I always assumed they might have been balance. But speed,
They're not power.
no, they're not
In
power.
this one, I don't think.
But they go for charge too often, I think, to be speed. They may be balance, they may be
Maybe.
technique. Whatever they
It
are,
could be technique.
they might be pitching in a minute here because Birdo says she's done. You know, lets up 3 in 4 innings. Not the worst pitching performance we've seen tonight, but not the best. Where is... Oh, God. Did I... Oh, fuck. Ah, damn it. Blue Pianta not starred this game. Yeah. Yeah, I realized that. Okay, well... That's completely on me. This is what happens.
I think we just gotta play it out like it is, though.
I mean, the only other thing to do is to throw the whole game out, which, you know, I've got a stake in this, so I don't feel that it's my place to call it.
I think it is. I think we just gotta play it out, unfortunately.
I'll take one of my own away next game if we have to. We'll decide what to do. I do think it's possible the Star would have gotten Blue Pianta there. Yeah, I realize that. You know, you should probably have someone on. But we're more than halfway through this game. If I throw it out, it's going to be till 10:15 that we're getting done here.
Yeah, we'll have to talk about it. I think for right now, play it out. You know, you two are gonna play one more time. Maybe you will just have to go without a star that game.
I think that's more than fair. Well, if you're willing to accept me removing my star in the next time we play, then we can keep it going with a pitching sub, but you're the other player here. I gotta decide what you're gonna do. Okay. All right. Zach's gonna play. I'm gonna make sure Brown Critter's not starred next time we face off. Somebody make sure to remind me. Alright. If we're playing, then I know Blue Pianta is supposed to be pitching next. Does that still what you want to do, Zach? Okay. All right. Yeah, I can't star him now as much as I would like to. Still gonna take the mound. Top of the fifth, still down by 3. Still, this game not over. Green Toad keeps that one fair for a home run, but now I just feel guilty.
Yeah, really, really unfortunate situation there.
I just need more time to set these up. I can't be trying to do them in the intermission. Yoshi not starred, making an error at short. Green Shy Guy gets a board. We've got 1 on, 1 out for the Knights right now. My center fielder considering just giving up the game. Please don't. Birdo gonna
And
shut
Birdo
everything
is
down.
going to be able to make a convincing double play there. Very nice. Stemming the damage to just that solo shot. You know, one Grand Slam brings the Birdo Bows right back into this. We don't expect this team to hit many Grand Slams. But a series of doubles, not unfeasible.
No, and with the bottom of the fifth, this is 1 of 3 chances still to get something aboard. Red Pianta gonna ground 1 out to Luigi at first.
Yeah, those fireballs were a bit scary there for a second. Luigi's patient, though, takes his time to navigate around them.
Yeah,
No damage done.
Both stay scoreless for now. Blue Shy Guy really wants to try for 1. It's got the distance, but it is caught just at the wall. So close to the wall that Green Noki stays behind the train. I'm showing charge at the plate. Gonna see if I can't do it. Instead, that's going to be a single out in the right now. Blue Toad has not been batting amazingly for being the new leadoff hitter. I'd like to see him prove me wrong here. Autumn begging for the Knights to throw. That terrible contact off a brown critter trickler into the infield will do it. Red
Yeah,
Noki,
Zach
Cowboys
finds
hat.
himself in his penultimate half inning.
With 2 Nokis and himself up.
Red Noki himself and then Yoshi, I believe.
Oh, right. I'm sorry. Green Noki already batted. You can tell my brain is mush today. But Brown Critter makes an excellent dive at second on that line drive. Manages to dive away from the same direction of the ball. Still catches it. And you know, for being a 6 out of 10, the Miis really can be mixed bags when it comes to pitching. I think I've been doing okay on the mound. I think that's probably I'll probably stay my number 2. Petey Piranha takes a deep drive and the train just keeps getting in the way. A home run shot from Petey Piranha here.
Yeah, you have to think without that train, that would have been a pretty reasonable buddy jump for the outfield to make.
Game just about getting ready to yell at me for not interacting with it enough. The pitching has been pretty consistent here. Top of the 7th, Bows are going to have Blue Pianta finish this one out. Even without the star, still holds the Knights to 2 on the mound. For now. Green Toad is going to get on. Autumn probably actively hoping she lines into a double play here. Well, good news. You got what you wanted. Unfortunately, I think the rest of the team's still trying to show up. And so is Green Shy
Guy will be showing up there with a single.
That leaves Luigi up to try and keep things going on 2 outs. It's all insurance for the Knights now. And Luigi wants some, as that just gets past Green Noki out and left. Luigi waits before deciding to go for 2 and just gets the out for it. That's some pretty weak base running from Luigi there, but we've seen some questionable plays today. I'm not surprised. I'm disappointed, but not surprised.
Yeah, Birdo is here to attempt some last-minute heroics, and that ball's sailing. The buddy jump is there. Green Toad flashes the leather, makes an incredible out. Not a safe situation, but still, every run matters.
Autumn's contract obligates her to assist in that play. She will be giving me crap for it for the next 3 weeks.
And now Shy Guy and Pianta could be the last batters this game. Shy Guy grounds out sharply to the third baseman there.
I would really love to see a shot from Blue Pianta here. He deserves it so much.
Absolutely.
Not going to be a home run, but he is going to be safe.
Yeah, still reliant on Toadsworth and Green Noki both getting on base.
Well,
Toadsworth shows he's still got some life in that bat. Green Noki here. A single would load the bases for Red Pianta. After that, they would only need 1 more run. However, Green Noki's gonna line it right to Petey Piranha. That's the game.
Yeah, it's a win for the Knights, but it no longer feels like one. I hate to end on such a sour note. I don't necessarily think if Blue Pianta gets a star, that game's trajectory changes completely. But I'd rather play an honest game of baseball than not. So we'll have our discussions in the server. We'll figure out what's going on. Odds are pretty good I'll simply forego my star the next time the Bows and Knights play. But we'll have a decision here. That said,
yeah,
that is the week done. Knights are going to go to 3-0. Fireball's going to jump a bit in the standings thanks to a pretty impressive run differential. Muscle's going to get their first win. And Flower's going to stay towards the top of the standings. Wild's going to slip a little bit. Next week, we have... Let me see here. Next week is week 5. Week 5, the Bows are going to get a bye. Going to take some time to rest up. Game 1 is the West Zac Monarchs coming to the Mansion to play the Knights. Game 2, East Zac Monsters going to Mario Stadium to play the Fireballs. Game 3, the Rhiannon Flowers going to Wario City playing the Nate Muscles. And that leaves, by process of elimination, the August Rookies to be playing the Calvin Wilds and DK Jungle for the last game of Week 5. I'm going to try and make sure things are set up with a little more a little more professionalism next week, folks. I will do my absolute damnedest, and we will have a discussion. As next week is Wednesday, December 17th. The following week will be Christmas Eve. The following week will be New Year's Eve. We'll have a discussion. It is likely that we will skip those weeks, folks, but we may decide to schedule games on some other nights. We will take a look.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you want to keep up with any scheduling changes, be sure to follow the Twitch channel. Join the Discord as well if you want to, so that you can talk more about baseball.
All right, folks. I'd better get out of here and try and make amends. I will see you all at roughly 7:15 next Wednesday. Uh, Great to have you all here. Sorry things went a little sideways, but we should be good next week.
Sounds good.
Alrighty, y'all have a nice night.